Now solving quadratic equation. Now what does it mean? The solution of quadratic equation. Let's say we have a quadratic equation x square minus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Now what does it mean that the solution of this equation? Let's say we put x equals to 0 in this. So what will happen? 0 squared is 0. 5 times 0 is again 0 and plus 6. So the answer is 6. And the equation says 6 is equal to 0, which is not true, it is false. Now if we put x equals to 2, then let's see what happens. 2 squared minus 5 times 2 plus 6. So that is 4 minus 10 plus 6. So we got 0 equals to 0, which is a true statement. So this statement is true. Now from these two examples, we can say that the value of x which satisfies the left hand side and right hand side of the equation is called the solution of the equation. Whereas the value which does not satisfy, which does not give a true statement equals to 0, that is, this is not a solution. Whereas x equals to 2, it is a solution for the given equation. So the solution of a quadratic equation is the value of x which satisfies the left hand side and right hand side of the equation. Now since we have the highest power as 2 for a quadratic equation, we can get maximum 2 solutions for any quadratic equation, maximum 2 solutions. It cannot be more than 2 because the highest power of the variable is 2. It can be one solution or it can be no solution, no real solution for the quadratic equation. So after this, what are the methods for solving quadratic equation? Now, so far you have already seen 2 methods. The one is this one. We used random values of the variable and then we checked. So that is called trial and hit and trial method. Trial and error method. And that is obviously not used because it is very time consuming and you don't know how many trials you have to do to get 2 solutions. Another method that was given by Euclid, that is geometrical method. Now in geometrical method, as you know, you have to plot the equation equals to y on graph axis, on x axis and y axis, that is Cartesian plane, and then you have to check where the equation is intersecting x axis. So this method is basically plotting the graph. The next method is factorization. Basically what Babylonians did for the first time was actually the method of factorization. So we'll study factorization of quadratic equation to get the solution. Another method is completing the square method. Completing the square method. Now you are aware with the identity of a plus b the whole squared or a minus b the whole squared. These are called complete squares. So we have x squared and a term with x, and we can play around with the constant number to form a complete square, and that method is called completing the square method to find the value of x, to find the solution of quadratic equation. And based on this method, completing the square method, there is another way, that is formula method. The formula that was given by Brahmagupta but derived by Sridharacharya. That formula is derived using completing the square method and is one of the methods to solve the quadratic equation. We will study all these methods one by one.